Hello, I'm Kritika Till. Today I'm going to explain about the case of Mr. Merritt versus Mrs. Merritt in Australian business law. This case was of 1970. Uh, let's start from the issue of the case. The first one is that the couple buy a house in 133 Clayton Road, Hook, Sussington, which was in mortgage. It was in the husband's name. In 1966, they put in joint names. However, after some time, husband formed an attachment for another woman, and then they decided to separate on. And then on 25th May, Mrs. Merritt made an agreement with husband sitting in husband's car. After that, they both agree and sign that Mr. Merritt would pay Mrs. Merritt a $40 monthly sum and eventually transfer the house to her if Mrs. Merritt kept up the monthly mortgage payments. Besides that, when the mortgage was paid, Mr. Merritt refused to transfer the house. She brought an action, the judge made the order, but the husband now appeals to this court. This was all the issues of the case. And moving on, the relevant law of the case that the case is an English contract law case on the matter of creating legal relations. He said that he is not intended to have legal relations. It was, he says, a family arrangement such as was considered by the court in Balfour versus Balfour. I do not think that those cases have an application here because they are separated or about to separate. They want everything caught and dried. It may safely be presumed that they intend to create legal relations. Again, her husband says under 17 of the Married Women's Property Act 1882, this house would be owned by the husband and the wife jointly, and that even if this house were transferred to the wife, she should hold it on trust for them both jointly. Now, the application of the case. And this case is different than the case of Balfour versus Balfour because agreement between spouses are rarely legally enforceable. This principle was rebutted. But there is nothing in this point either. The paper which the husband signed dealt with the beneficial ownership of the house. It was intended to belong entirely to the wife. Mrs. Merritt win the case. In my opinion, in conclusion, that the main message of this case is domestic arrangement could be reported where there was evidence of an intention to create legal relations, and thus this case was ended in or decided by the court in 1970, 27th April. Thank you.